Welcome to the Completionist Show, the show where I will guide you through games, helping you get the Platinum Trophy, the 100% game completion, or in this case, every Steam achievement. In part 2, I'm going to continue where I left off, completing all of the side activities and ending the main mission. It's going to be a very collectible and side content heavy, due to not having a lot of main missions left. We were able to obtain 22 out of 50 achievements in the previous part, and in this one we'll obtain additional 23 achievements, leaving 5 achievements for the third and final part, which will be complemented by a review. If you want to know what achievements we got in the previous part, I recommend watching it, having a link in the description and on the informational panel. If you want to check a specific achievement, there are going to be timetables of said achievements in the description. Without further ado, my name is Wedoo, and let's continue. Continuing with the district by district clearing, I finished up the remainder of the Upper East Side with the crime activities, app requests, time capsules and sound samples. Before going to the next district, I noticed that I was almost finished with all of the crime activities, so I shifted my focus to them, and in one of them I defeated my 50th enemy with camouflage activated, unlocking Invisible Spider. I completed my last crime activity. However, in one of them, I didn't complete every bonus objective, because in that one, I needed to not take damage, so I replayed it a lot of times, but never managed to do it. I switched once again to the district completion, going after Hell's Kitchen, dealing with my first Roxanne lab, which have underground tech stashes, and as a way of bonus objectives, you can make a dent on the combat achievements, mainly the variety of stealth takedowns. After completing it, I tried to get the last bonus objective from the crime activity, and after a handful of times, I managed to do it, unlocking Crime Master. With this out of the way, I continue with the app requests, spider training challenges, tech stashes, and time capsules to complete Hell's Kitchen. Midtown was the next elected district, clearing everything without much effort. The spider training, the only one that almost made me sweat. When you clear a spider training course, another level opens up on the map. So because I already completed both traversal spider training, I went over to Central Park to complete the third and last one, staying there a lot of time to achieve the ultimate rank. One thing I realized is that the right path is way better, and that you can use your Venom powers to gain momentum to achieve greater times. I did a final app request to finish off Midtown, moving towards Greenwich, completing the second stealth spider training, this one being on the easier side. This district was also home to my last underground hideout, and actually tried to feed 2 birds with one hand by attempting another achievement. However, it's recommended to complete every bonus objective first, because the second bonus objective kinda interferes with the achievement I want to do. After clearing the underground hideout and getting the tech cache, I unlocked underground Undone. I did the hideout again, but this time real nice and slow, only going for the stealth takedowns, which took me a lot of time, however dented the progression in a couple of achievements as well. After taking down the last underground in a stealthy way, I unlocked Never Saw It Coming. Chinatown was my next district. I started by collecting the time capsules, needing to get one on a very specific boat, unlocking I'm on a boat. Cleared some app requests as well, one of the last Roxanne labs being one of the most difficult ones, regarding the sheer amount of enemies with their little gadgets that make the combat more annoying than it's supposed to be. I had to attempt it many times just to complete the bonus objectives. After completing the combat spider training, the last thing I needed to do was to fully clear the financial district. I went straight to the time capsules, only having a select few, so after a few minutes, I got my last one, unlocking Urban Explorers. The spider training was next, being the last stealth challenge and spider training overall. I have to admit that this one was challenging to get the ultimate rank, but because I retried many times, I already knew what to do, finally completing the spider training, unlocking spider training complete, and a new side quest for the final test. I went straight to the last sound sample, unlocking deep cuts, which unlocks as well as a new side mission. Before taking care of those new side quests, I went to get the remaining underground caches, having one left being on the last Roxanne lab, meaning we can feed two birds with one end yet again. I grabbed the last underground cache, unlocking Salvager, then went in, completing the final Roxanne lab, which in fact was one of the easiest regarding the bonus objectives and to complete. So after a couple of moments, I drained the final reactor of the lab, unlocking Under Their Noses, and the new side mission as well. With new side missions in hand, I, of course, deviated from that and completed the last few app requests, being swift to complete. After taking care of the last one, another one unlocks, just to give Miles a new suit, unlocking 5-star review. I went to Greenwich again to finish the side quest that was given after completing the spider training. We have an air battle with Spider-Man's first villain, Vulture, or at least the hologram of him. And after quickly taking care of him, the Hollow Pete will give us a new suit, finishing final test and unlocking Pete's first villain. We get yet another suit by completing Mother Up, being connected to the clearing of underground hideouts and Roxanne's lab. By completing Back to the Beginning, we get another suit, this one being associated with Uncle Aaron and the Sam Samples side activity. With this done, we only have the main mission left to complete. However, there are a couple of achievements I want to get before moving forward. I went to an underground hideout and started using the remote mines to clear them out. Because I was using the remote mines here and there, I only needed 5 to mark the 50 enemies defeated with the remote mines gadget, unlocking Trapped. Then I moved to the Roxanne Labs for another couple of achievements. By zipping to the wall, we can stay there and do a wall takedown. During the main missions or clearing of side activities, I attempted some wall takedowns here and there, so after a few minutes, I was able to perform my 25th wall takedown, unlocking climbing the walls. The ceiling takedown is the same concept, but on the ceiling, so after a couple of enemies, I perform my 25th ceiling takedown, unlocking from the Rafters. With this, we got most of the achievements that we can obtain right now, and finally can resume the main mission. We go to Trinity Church to have the meeting with Finn and both talk about the old events and reminisce a little bit, before Rhino with new colors falls from the sky, taking care of both Finn and Miles, taking them to a Roxanne facility, where Simon Krieger finally shows his true colors, asking his soldiers to torture Miles. However, because of the many hits of the electrical batons, it overcharges Miles, making him unlock the Mega Venom Blast. Finn takes Miles out of the room and both investigate the place together to either get more dirt on Simon and get away from the facility. Of course, copious Roxanne soldiers appear, but with the help of Finn, we don't break a sweat dealing with them. We deal with a short little puzzle before needing to take care of more Roxanne soldiers, before going to the showroom, where we get more dirt from Simon. When everything feels safe, Rhino barges in, being a similar fight from the first one, but a tad more difficult. However, with the help of our new powers and using everything that Rhino throws at us, we get it done very quickly, unlocking Exploding Bulldozer. We investigate more, learning that Simon Krieger and Roxanne are targeting Harlem, and that as a last resource, Rhino tries to infuriate Finn even more, saying that it's all her fault. Of course, this enrages Finn, making her want to kill Rhino. However, Miles stops her, making them both brawl. Genki rescues Miles, taking him to his home, where he reveals to be Spider-Man to his mother, and both unite, deciding to tell everyone from Harlem to evacuate. We learn that Finn's setup is being held at the Oscorp Science Center, so we try to go there. However, Miles gets shot with an energy blast from the Prowler. He imprisons Miles because he's trying to defend Miles by letting Simon and Finn kill each other. However, Miles cannot stay standing around doing nothing when the city needs him the most, so he overcharges himself, getting out of his prison and initiating a fight against the Prowler. This fight can be very tricky due to Prowler having lots of gadgets, so I just spam the dodge button and when possible use the Venom Punch, but never all of the Venom bars, because when it's needed I use the healing. But in general, if you play it safe, you can take care of the Prowler in no time, unlocking Family Drama. We imprison Uncle Aaron and leave to take care of the underground at the Oscorp Science Center. Before entering the area, you will receive a warning that we are in the later stages of the game, so if you need to pick up something or do something else, this is the last time to do it for a while. But if you are following along, we already gathered everything, so we move forward. There will be copious underground members, so a recommendation is to play it safe. To do what I did, playing around with the remote mines and stealth takedowns is a good way of taking care of it, because if you go guns blazing, well, you can do it as well. We solve a little puzzle, enter the science center, and have a flashback to when both Finn and Miles went to the center. I investigated everything, played the game with Finn, and when beating her, competitive spirit unlocked. Tried to enter the event, but we couldn't enter, so we arranged another way to enter. Got a shape-shifting block, witnessed Peter with Dr. Otto Octavius, then broke into the contest display, looked around, took a photo with Rick, then at the same spot in the present, the Tinkerer takes the new form from Miles, commanding her units to attack Miles, unlocking shared history. We take care of dozens, if not more, of underground soldiers, making it a tad difficult, however, I persevered through it all. While this happened, Harlem was fully blocked because of the battle between Underground and Roxxon. So upon arriving at Harlem, it is needed to take care of more Underground and Roxxon soldiers. It's one after the other, Miles against everyone. Moving up, in the district we found even more enemies. I used everything. Venom attacks, combos, finishers, all combat moves. Miles meets up with Rio and Genki. They witness an energy blast coming from the Roxxon facilities, and without knowing, a Roxxon soldier prepares to shoot down the group. However, the Prowler steps in to save the night, making Miles go after Finn. This starts a big fight between the former best friends. Finn, as a Tinkerer, uses everything she has at her disposal against Miles, and Miles doesn't hold back, making this fight more sentimental and honestly brutal. The fight can be a tad difficult, but if you just take care and try to dodge everything, you can manage to do it. The third phase of the fight is the most brutal, because you need to be pitch perfect with your moves, where you stand and how you dodge. Finn's tech malfunctions after the fight, and she witnesses the destruction she's causing. The floor collapses, and Miles saves Finn from falling to her death. Battered and weak, Miles perseveres, walking straight to the reactor, and starts to drain the energy from it, sacrificing himself. With a lot of energy in his body and wanting everyone to be safe, Finn makes the ultimate sacrifice, putting her last functional tech on her shoes, grabs Miles and goes in the air. Finn tells Miles to let go, making him go nuclear, evaporating Finn with the sheer amounts of energy, and Miles falls from the sky. Miles, still alive, gets picked up by Rio, Yankee, and the citizens of Harlem, going away from the scene, unlocking ultimate sacrifice. Weeks pass, Simon gets sent to jail, Roxxon, or what's left of it, gets shut down, and we see Peter once again with Miles. Both talk about Miles' growth and the whole events of the game before they go to their following duty. After the credits, we witness the POV from Harry Osborn being almost released from his vat. After other credits, we see Miles putting down the first time capsule we got from Finn on top of Trinity Church as a way to tribute her, finishing the game. Well, not exactly, because two side quests opened up in Harlem, so we go there. Firstly, entering the apartment, have some rest, and see a postcard from Rio Morales, opening up the final side activity in the game, postcards, and also completing Memory Lane. Before going after the postcards, we go to Tio's bodega to complete Cat's pajamas, unlocking a new suit. We go through New York in this mini scavenger hunt, getting every single postcard, reminiscing about Jefferson Davis, and after getting the last one, we unlock Memory Lane. And because this was the last side activity and collectible in the game, we unlock a new home for clearing 100% of the districts. The last thing we need to do is to scroll down the entire social feed, unlocking socially acceptable. At this point, we are done with 100% of the campaign and all of the side content, and we have about 45 achievements obtained. However, we still have 5 left, one of them being a miscellaneous that can be obtained in the first 10 minutes of the game, and the other 4 are locked behind the lovely New Game Plus. And that will be the subject of the third and final part. I will be going over the New Game Plus, the missing achievements, the review of the game, and what it is coming next to the channel. If you enjoyed this new format, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments what I could improve or what you would like to see. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one.